Alright, so today I want to talk about the new DLSS 5 Nvidia showcase that they just released today. But before we get into the video, I want to give a huge shout out to Riley Catsworth and Anushi for supporting me on Patreon. If you guys want to support me on Patreon and get a shout out at the beginning of the video, the link will be in the description down below. And let's get right into the video. Alright, what's up everybody? So today we have a very interesting video to go over. I just got off X after scrolling through it for about an hour, and every single post was people making fun of the new Nvidia GeForce DLSS 5 upgrade and the showcase. And after seeing, all the hilarious memes, I'll probably post some in this video. I was like, okay, I got to see what people are talking about, right? Because I own a 30 series graphics card and I use DLSS to usually get more frames to help out my CPU a little bit. But for the most part, I thought a lot of people were happy about these DLSS stuff, like the settings, being able to generate frames and maybe make your game look a little bit smoother. But after seeing actually why people are upset, I agree with them wholeheartedly. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with this. This is genuinely uncanny as fuck. And it really goes to show why they turn their backs on gamers. As you guys know, Nvidia makes a bunch of graphics cards, the GeForce series. And as some of you guys might not know, they recently announced that they weren't making graphics cards till later. So they're going to skip this year or this generation of graphics cards because they wanted to invest more in AI, right? They pretty much said, oh, we're a gaming company that fuels gamers and gamers experiences. Yeah, fuck you guys. We're actually going to buy into the AI bullshit and actually spend all our money in that.
Nvidia are sad to announce that for the first time in 30 years, we will not be making any new model graphics cards for 2026.
What? So you're not making any new graphics cards for your product line this year?
Yes, exactly. Because of the RAM shortage brought on by the AI industry, we don't have the money or resources to sell any new graphics cards.
So, in other words, Nvidia is no longer a gaming software company. It's an AI company. Why are you guys investing so much money into a bubble that has no profit?
AI has profit.
Then why is Nvidia bailing out OpenAI with $20 billion to keep the company afloat? You guys are investing $20 billion because you know that the AI bubble is about to burst. And investors are getting scared that AI doesn't have the return that you promised. Even your CEO says it's illogical to think that AI will replace software tools. All this fake hype is about to blow up. I hope it was worth screwing over gamers.
And when that finally implodes and we realize we're not going to make any money off that and supplying them with graphics cards and CPUs in their fucking AI sheds or whatever, we're going to come crawling back and asking you guys for forgiveness. And their first, showcase, the first thing they're trying to show with this new AI concept is a garbage DLSS 5 showcase. It is really bad. And as you can tell, Nvidia already has a very poor reputation with gamers. You literally turn your back on them. But to say, as a gamer, you feel betrayed is bullshit. This is a corporation. They only look for money. They don't care about you or your games. They only care about your wallet. And right now, the money is in the AI corporations. Okay, so Nvidia announced this, announcing Nvidia DLSS 5, an AI-powered breakthrough in visual fidelity for games coming this fall. DLSS 5 infuses pixels with photorealistic lighting and materials, bridging the gap between the rendering and reality. So they have their showcase there, and I'm just going to go ahead and play some of it. It shows some showcase from I believe Hogwarts Legacy and obviously Resident Evil and stuff. So that was the showcase, and to say that that looked uncanny as fuck would be an understatement. I feel like what they're trying to do here is just not it, Chief. Okay, you're trying to make people's faces look super photorealistic, which a lot of people are like, that's good in gaming. Not really, especially since you can tell it's AI. Like, at this point, we know when something looks AI. And, like, maybe adding some more pixels or rendering a little bit, like you guys do with, like, the frames and stuff, it probably wouldn't actually look that bad. But instead, you guys went full AI mode. And now it just looks uncanny as shit. Right? If anything, you're just putting makeup on a lot of these characters. And they definitely stand out. Right? And it's like, bro, why do this? Especially if you're playing a game that's like, say, Hogwarts Legacy on some lower settings, and you decide to use this to make the characters' faces look a little bit more realistic and stuff. It's going to look so out of place. Like, so incredibly out of place. It's just insanely uncanny. And I actually saw people say, well, you guys were saying that, in LA Noire, that the faces in LA Noire looked uncanny because it was just ahead of the generation. Even though I'd argue that those faces, yeah, they looked a little uncanny, but it wasn't because they looked like AI trash. It just looked like it was just ahead of its game because at the time, no one was really using that kind of face rendering and shit. You know what I mean? And it worked out eventually. It actually looks kind of good these days. But this just looks so out of place, man. In LA Noire, it kind of made sense because a lot of the game had to do with like recognizing facial reactions and stuff. But this, like, let's just go ahead and beautify fucking everybody. And the memes have just been absolutely hilarious, and rightfully so. A lot of gamers are kind of rising up and saying how stupid this is, especially given the context behind it, how Nvidia just said, yeah, we're not making any more graphics cards, go fuck yourselves. We're going to invest in AI. And then they come out with the DLSS 5, which DLSS for a very long time has been known as kind of like just upscaling some, little things here and there and making your game run smoother. Now they're trying to do a whole overhaul. Like, what the hell is going on here? So I end up clicking learn more to figure out what actually this is. And I go to their page, and I'm not going to read the entire thing because it's like a whole page long, but it says Nvidia today unveiled Nvidia DLSS 5, the company's most significant breakthrough in computer graphics since the debut of real-time ray tracing in 2018. DLSS 5 introduces a real-time neural rendering model that infuses pixels with photoreal lighting and materials. Bridging the divide between rendering and reality, DLSS 5 empowers game developers to deliver a new level of photoreal computer graphics previously only achieved in Hollywood visual effects. DLSS 5 takes a game's color and motion vectors for each frame as input and uses an AI model to infuse the scene with photoreal lighting and materials that are anchored to source 3D content and consists from frame to frame. DLSS 5 runs in real time at up to 4K resolution for smooth interactive gameplay. So yeah, that's just a small snippet of that whole page. I don't want to read the entire page because really this video is more making fun of it and how stupid of a concept this is. Like, they're literally just beautifying characters that don't need it. But yeah, that's pretty much my video. Let me know your guys' opinions in the comments down below. And as always, guys, I'll see you in the next one.